Hey y'all, my name is Sarah and welcome to my channel. Today I have another what's for dinner for you. And if you are new here, my channel focuses on budget friendly meal ideas. I enjoy simple recipes. So if that sounds like something you want to see more of, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to hit that like button if you want to see more dinner ideas. Let's get started. This first night was just a nacho night. I had some ground beef I needed to use up or freeze, and I had some of this chili base left, and I noticed on the back you could use it for taco seasoning. Had no idea. So I figured I'll use the rest of that and try it out and see how we liked it. I've got some Rico's nacho sauce. It looks messy and gross, but there is some refried beans with a little bit of sour cream and that Trader Joe's seasoning in it. And then I just layered it up. This was obviously nothing fancy, and I used a slotted spoon because I didn't drain the grease because of that base. I didn't want to take all the flavor out, you know what I mean? So we just kind of tried to drain it as we went, and I highly recommend it. If you have ever used that stuff for chili, it's good, but for this taco meat too, it's very good. I also put a little bit of sour cream on top, so minus the green onions that I didn't have any of. It was a whole lot like Taco Bell's Supreme, Nacho Supreme, and that is what I get most of the time when I go. So I really enjoyed this one, and like I said, it's just a little go-to easy comfort meal when you don't really feel like cooking. Okay, so it seems like we were on a taco trend, but this was like a couple days after the nachos, and I am making some taco Mexican stuffed shells. I am browning some hamburger meat. It's about a pound and a half. I almost doubled it, I think, yeah, because the recipe calls for a pound of meat, and I used a pound and a half because the other is just not enough for us anymore. And you'll see I have the jumbo shells. I've got my water boiling. I'm putting them in there. I started out counting because the recipe said 20. I've made this so many times, but I wanted to see how many were actually in the box because there's never enough. So I just threw the whole box in. I think it had 10 left over. So to the ground beef, when it is ready, you're going to put in 4 ounces of cream cheese if you're following the recipe. That, like I said, I'll link it down below. So I used about 6, and then 5 tablespoons of taco seasoning, which is roughly the equivalent of a package and a half. And then you're going to mix this together really well. The original recipe actually calls for red salsa, and I did not have any, but I had half a jar of this salsa verde, and I figured, it can't be too big of a difference, and we actually still liked it. So I used that. You're just going to put it in a baking dish, kind of swirl it around a little bit. At this point, of course, I have drained my jumbo shells, ran some cold water over them to stop the cooking and to cool them down a little bit because, as you can see here, I'm using my hands, and this stuff is so gross, gets in your nails and stuff, so I just had to put gloves on this time. Anyway, you're going to take about a tablespoon of that mixture, put it into the jumbo shells until you're all out of it. And next, you're going to just pour a little bit of your favorite taco sauce on top. Even though this says spicy on the front, and I knew it was spicy, I still put a little bit too much. So they have a little bit more of a kick this time. The other times we've used it, we used the Taco Bell. And this is a really good taco sauce. It's one of our favorites. But I think, personally, the Taco Bell sauce was better, and it wasn't, spicy. And now I'm topping it with some shredded Mexican cheese. Going to top it with aluminum foil, and I have my oven preheated to 375. I'm going to throw it in there for 20 minutes, take the foil off and broil it, melt it just a little bit, and it is all ready. It's not exactly the prettiest thing to try to plate up, as you can see here, but the flavor makes up for it. Every time I make this, which it's only been about 4 times, but for us that's pretty good because I tend to make a lot of different things sometimes. So very good. If you like stuffed shells and you like taco flavored stuff, give that a try. All right, now this night this is morning, but I have thrown 3 chicken breasts into my crock pot, a can of cream of chicken, a packet of zesty Italian, and I decided just to mix it together right here, as you can see, instead of dirtying up a bowl. And then I'm gonna top that with a block of cream cheese, and I put it on low for 6 hours. It cooked all day while I was at work. Actually, I think it was more like 8. Yeah, you'll see it kind of looks rough once I take the top off, but then after I mix it all together, it came out just fine. Also, as you'll see, I put in 3 chicken breasts. I highly recommend to put half that or 1 and then like a smaller one, because the only thing wrong with this Italian chicken was too much chicken. So that's, like I said, that's the only thing. I just boiled some bow tie. I would have used penne personally, but my Walmart has been out of it for a couple weeks now. Yay, supply chain issues. But anyway, I'm just mixing that all together, and I served it with some parsley and Parmesan cheese on top. And now I'm just showing you some spaghetti sauce that I had made in my crock pot actually a couple weeks ago, and I'd recorded it for y'all and never got around to posting it, so I'm throwing it in here. This made 3 batches of spaghetti sauce, and I have them all in the freezer right now. So I've got 3 cans of tomato sauce and 1 6-ounce can of tomato paste, and I am just throwing everything in my crock pot. I also have 3 pounds of ground beef and a whole chopped onion browning up right at this moment too. And I'm throwing in some salt, pepper, a couple tablespoons or teaspoons, of Italian seasoning, a couple tablespoons of basil, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 3 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, and then 3 cups of water. And then once that is all in there, I'm gonna pour my meat and onions in here once it's all cooked and drained and all that stuff. And I cooked it on low for 4 hours. Oh, and a tablespoon of garlic powder too. Forgot that. I will have everything linked down below. Trying to just talk off memory as I'm showing you, so I'm kind of out of order here. But like I said, everything will be down below. And this was really good. I let it completely cool, and then I split it up into thirds because I had a big 3-pound package of ground beef and I needed to use it up. So this is what I did, and I will be using it in one of my meals this week. So stay tuned for that. And thank y'all so much for watching. I so appreciate every one of you, especially if you've made it this far. And I will see y'all in the next video.